list, Olympic gold medalist and Nobel Peace Prize winner, Amber Ruffin. Now, are those things technically true? No, but if I repeat them enough on television, you might just start to think they are. Because the media can shape our perceptions of society in ways we don't even realize. Let me explain in a segment called, How Did We Get Here? Let's talk about advertisements. Over the years, ads have sold us a lot of really bad products, like this actual real-life ad saying that people who are tired at work should consider cocaine. Cocaine, nature's way of saying earn more money. Of course, we all know that that's not true. A more realistic slogan would be cocaine, nature's way of saying I work at a hedge fund and I'm about to tell you my idea for a screenplay. Or maybe just cocaine. But whether we like it or not, ads can make a real difference. So tonight, we're gonna talk about what might be the most effective and long-running ad campaign of all time. These ads aren't running between the TV shows, they are the TV shows. And the product they're selling is the American police officer. For most Americans, almost everything we know about the police comes from the media. After all, most Americans have never been arrested, and in a given year, the vast majority don't have contact with police at all. In 2016, for example, only 24% of residents experienced contact with police. Cops are just one of those things you see a lot more of on TV than in real life, like simultaneous orgasms or Sheldons. Now, I don't know a single Sheldon, but they're on TV everywhere. Now, for the past 60 years, there's been an organized plan to build up the reputation of the police and do it using the thing Americans love most, sitting in front of the TV. It's called Copaganda. And to understand where it comes from, let's go all the way back to the 1950s to a show called Dragnet. I just want to say that Dragnet would be an amazing name for a TV show about 4 hackers who are also drag queens. Their names would be Lotta Ram, Megahertz, Debug, and of course their leader, Antivirus. Call me NBC. Anyway, the actual Dragnet show was a show about the police, and in order to make it more realistic, the creator made a deal with the LAPD to get inside information, but the police got something much better in return, because they made a deal that all scripts had to be formally approved by the LAPD's Public Information Division before filming began. In other words, the police got to decide how the police were portrayed on TV, which is insanely biased. It's like having rich people with attachment issues give notes on Succession. The results of this deal with the LAPD meant that during an era when 50 Los Angeles police officers brutally beat 7 young men in their custody on Christmas, Dragnet instead showed a group of upstanding cops doing their darndest to solve crimes. Copaganda! And Americans bought it. In fact, it worked so well that the media has done it over and over since. Dragnet became the template for every cop show you have ever seen, from Law & Order to NYPD Blue, from NCIS to Sister Cops. Okay, I made that last one up, but it's a great idea, and my sister Lacey and I would be happy to co-star. Call me, NBC. Copaganda has single-handedly created the legend of the hero police officer. It's also perpetuated other myths that still harm us to this day, like that crime is rising constantly, or that policing is one of the most dangerous jobs, or that Black people are criminals. So let's start with the first myth, that crime in America is rampant. According to Gallup polls, for the past 20 years, more than half of Americans believed crime is worse than the year before. Yet, here's what the actual crime rate has been doing. That's right, crime has been decreasing consistently. The only thing falling more steadily is President Biden. Oh, God. So, why do we... We've all done it! We've all done it, it's great. Oh, so why do we think crime is getting worse? Well, according to one study, people's perceptions of the crime rate actually rise and fall along with TV violence. In other words, people think crime is bad because it's bad on TV. It's the same reason that after watching The Great British Bake Off, I think I can make a chocolate souffle, because the stupid lying TV made it look true. Now, let's look at the second myth, that policing is one of America's most dangerous jobs. Now, I want to be careful on this one because being a police officer is a dangerous job. And aside from almost spraining an ankle during a song parody, my job isn't very risky. So I don't want to discount the work that they do, but according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, being a police officer is actually far less dangerous than other jobs, like being a garbage collector or being a delivery driver. That's right. Cops actually have fewer on-the-job fatalities than the guy who brings you those chicken tenders you ordered when you were drunk, and then when he arrives, reminds you that you ordered them. And it's important to get a realistic idea of the dangers of policing, because one of the major reasons why we can't reform the way cops are trained is because people who watch police shows think cops get into a karate fight 3 times a week. And even worse, the Copaganda may have convinced the police themselves that they are in constant danger, which could be why police officers killed more people running away from them over the past 5 years than the total number of cops shot and killed on duty. That might also be why, since 2015, police officers shot and killed 3 times more black people than cops were shot and killed by anybody. Being a police officer is a dangerous job, but what might even be more dangerous is being a black person who runs into one. And that brings us to our final Copaganda myth, that black people are criminals. How does TV normalize disproportionately killing black people? By teaching the public that they deserve it. For example, in real life, black people are 35% of gang members, but in TV and film, we play 64% of all gang members. And when a character is listed as a thug, it's played by a black actor 66% of the time. Now think about that. If every time you see a criminal on TV, it's a black person, you're gonna start to think there's a correlation. In the same way that if every time I see a skincare commercial, J-Lo was in it, I'm gonna start thinking it's normal to look like this at 52. It's not. She's superhuman, she shouldn't look like that. Basically, we've been fed an ad campaign that teaches us that police officers are heroes, putting themselves in grave danger to save us from a crime-ridden country full of black criminals, and that's bullshit. So if we wanna make it better, we are going to have to fight against the Copaganda and start working with the truth. Take it from me, Heisman Trophy winner and current Prime Minister of Iceland, Amber Ruffin. This has been How Did We Get Here?